Hi, Tony Lale here with Elizabeth Grace Saunders. She's the author of the book, The Three Secrets to Effective Time Investment, How to Achieve More Success with Less Stress. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So everybody wants to achieve more, and the precious commodity of the day is time. So I think it's really appropriate that you have published this new book. I'll show people here a little bit. They can get it on Amazon. But the one thing a couple things I want to ask you. One, you talk about being a time coach. Tell the viewers what that is.
I would be happy to. So a time coach, which is what I am, is someone who is focused on helping people invest their time wisely through lasting behavioral change. So all those people who have struggled with time management or hate planning or are just feeling overwhelmed, I'm here to help them make decisions and to get the right support in place so that they can consistently accomplish more with peace and confidence.
So you and I had a couple of conversations about the emotional side of time management. And when I was looking through the book, I started to think, I haven't really thought about it this way. You mentioned things like guilt, and how guilt plays into how well you manage your time. Talk to people about what those emotions are, and what are some of those that you touch on in the book.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I've seen as a time coach is that so often people come to me and they are so frustrated because they know what to do, but they are not doing it. And it's like, what is my problem? I know intellectually that I'm supposed to plan or I'm supposed to say no or all these other things, but in a practical day-to-day sense, I'm not making those choices. And one of the biggest things I saw was that these underlying emotions were driving behavior. So in chapter 2 of my book, I talk about many crippling emotions and how to overcome them. And then also later in the book, in the chapter on realistic expectations, I talk about guilt and this whole sense of what that means and when it's a good thing or not a good thing. And basically what happens with guilt is that there's a mismatch between what you think you should be doing and what you're actually doing. And when you have proper expectations, that guilt is kind of healthy. If you're sitting on the couch all day and you should be calling clients, you should feel guilty. But when it's not, it's true. But if you have unrealistic expectations, you're expecting to make everyone happy, fit 100 hours of work into 40 hours a week, you have unhealthy guilt. And so you want to make sure that your expectations are aligned with reality so then you can do things in a sustainable way and you can feel successful.
Well, that is some great information. Another thing I noticed, it's not just you talking about these concepts or these theories. You actually give people a lot of workbook scenarios to do. Maybe talk about one of those that you're seeing is important.
Absolutely. So one of the exercises that you're referring to that I have people do, because I want this to be super actionable and practical. Like there's a lot of paradigm shifts, there's a lot of concepts, but then in every chapter there are things you can do. For instance, in chapter 4, I encourage you to define your personal definition of success. And I have a series of exercises and questions to help you get there. And why that is so important, and I took time to lay that out, is that you can be very productive. You could maybe even be peaceful while you're doing it. Invest your time well. But if you haven't actually figured out what's truly important to you, you won't feel successful at the end of it. So why I have that personal definition of success is to start you out on the right foot so when you get to where you're going, you're really happy about it.
Well, personal success is something you have to dig deep to figure that out, really and truly. And that's a great exercise. So, hey, I appreciate you joining me today. Again,
my pleasure.
You can get the three Secrets to Effective Time Investment. Not time management, time investment. What do you
Yep.
put your time into? You can get that on Amazon.com. You can also go to reallifee.com. This is Elizabeth Grace Saunders with Tony Lail, the Small Biz Kid. I appreciate you watching.